on. We live.
Hey, bruh.
Oh my god.
Hey, Jonathan.
I like how you delayed the fucking podcast to watch some JoJo.
Yeah, nigga, because JoJo's is life, bro. That's my shit, dog.
Absolutely justified in every circumstance.
100%, dog.
Never. If you were at like a funeral or something, like a kid got crushed.
They can wait.
By a fucking like Gatorade truck on the way or something.
They can wait till JoJo's is over
Or it's
before
like
that funeral starts.
Yeah, it's like if it's this Friday, which
It's Friday. It's JoJo Friday, dog.
like I mean, hell, what's the difference between burying your loved one on Friday or a Saturday? Shit, I'll tell you. The
24 hours?
Some swag ass JoJo anime. The best JoJo Part 5.
Geo.
Fight me, nigga.
Geo.
Woo! GG, bitch. Part 6, I love me some Jolene. I want to see some fancy, effeminate poses that actually by a woman.
Done by women.
I love that shit too, but god damn it, Nugget.
My dog's here. He's the guest on the podcast.
Can you hear him panting because he loves
Get the fuck out.
he loves T-Birds? Go away. Bushels of pork chop chops and pizza.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hey!
Niggas be gay out here, dog.
Woo! It's better to be gay now because at least you don't have to worry about your
Regulated.
fucking shit by a bunch of old white crackers.
Fucking
I'm sorry, I know I ain't supposed to say it, but fuck, man. Everybody in those legislatures, have you ever noticed if you go on CNN and look at the fucking pictures of everyone who signed the abortion thing, they're a bunch of old white people.
They're all extremely white. Except
for
the one.
Governor of Virginia, or not
Alabama,
who is an old white cracker woman.
wild.
I am sorry for everyone out there who thought you had like control over your own bodily autonomy.
Not at all.
Surprise!
But since we're talking about things that we thought were dead and understood to be dead, Arthur has had its first gay marriage.
Woo! Shout out to Mr. Rat Cunt or whatever the fuck his name was.
Ratburn.
I haven't seen fucking Arthur since I was a kid.
Right, I didn't even know they were still making episodes.
Since I was a kid.
I had no idea they were still even making episodes.
Oddly enough. You want to go ahead and break this shit down, brother? If you want me to.
I got it. So it's
look at the right part.
oh my god. So like it's essentially like to most people that's not really gonna be a big deal. I think most people were still shocked that Arthur was on the air, not so much the fact that like, hey, there's a gay character that we've known for years is gay. He finally got married, but like the big question is. The big question is like, how am I supposed to explain this to my kids? And I'm like, it's simple, niggas be gay. Like, I was like, dudes like dudes, women like women. That's the way the world is, and anything else is a lie, and you're selling your children short on their development.
For God's sake, a guy actually voluntarily chose another male.
That's just crazy.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? I thought that the only thing that would have made this like worse would have been if he married a white rabbit.
Yeah, it would have been interracial at that point.
Motherfuckers would have actually been petitioning and boycotting PBS and shit, like hashtag boycott different Patreons and what's that?
Kickstarters.
Change.org.
Yeah,
Kickstarter.
Change.org petitions. To get Arthur taken off the air for promoting quote unquote gay propaganda.
Woo! That propaganda. Gays are equal because they don't need to be segregated because they just happen to like the same sex. You motherfuckers! How dare you! I'm trying to raise a Christian child that knows to love his fellow man, and you have the audacity to portray someone who enjoys the same sex as equal.
So many volumes, Mike.
I've had like fucking 3 beers and 2 fucking
Jesus. It's It's all good. But yeah, like, it's just wild that like we're still having this conversation. Like, what the fuck do you mean? How are you supposed to explain that to your kids? Like the same way that you explain that there are people that are different colors than them, or that there are people that are different heights than them. It's not hard.
There is something about people that seems to have this idea that because a person's different, needs to be explained.
Right.
There's a simple thing that was done during the called All Men Are Created. I know they wrote the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution.
They were talking about white men.
They were talking about white men, but eventually they ratified it so that even, those that were closer, a little darker than what you would get your standard model of White House, they're, and I'm telling you, that's what
it's okay. Yoo-hoos,
that's what all that shit. Strawberry, what's the name? There you go. This, alright. European corn, all that shit is okay. See? I swear to God, it's okay. We're all equal, man.
It's good.
But when you say that Arthur showing a gay marriage is propaganda, when all it was two men getting married, you're kind of exposing this. Like interracial. Back. Like an interracial couple. Or actually, I have a better example. Loud House. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
The creator is a pervert trying to sexually kid. I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, Loud House.
The creator was a pervert that was molesting his kid. Not kids. Sorry, creator of Loud House. You were molesting your employees, not your kids. I'm sorry. I don't want to misreport that. However, they had an episode where one of the Loud sisters, the rocker one, I forget her name because the show switched to shit. And she was, the whole episode was wondering how she should tell her crush that she liked him, or liked her, as we eventually found out. And the whole premise of the episode was that she would go through and ask her brothers, ask her sisters. Eventually she decided to write a note. And the last scene of the episode, she drops her love note in her the locker of the potential lover. And throughout the episode, they kind of not hinted towards, but they kept showing this guy. And he was hanging out in a group of friends, of which included girls. She drops the note off in the locker. The guy walks past the locker she dropped it off in. And one of the girls that he used to hang out with, she opens up the locker. So it was kind of like a
reveal.
Yes, it was a more cleverly done reveal that she is gay. Which was sorry. It's acting like the Predator or the fucking Xenomorph crawling at the end of the fucking station. But anyway, it was more intellectually done. But Arthur is not about to be trying to do all that shit. It's
right.
just a gay marriage.
It's really not.
I mean,
not
are
that
comments
big a
like
deal.
this necessary? Our kids watched Arthur when they were young. The last episode viewed in our home was when one of the characters talked about his two moms, which I think Buster had an episode of that. Which in response, Seed Priestess, you're a cunt. They are pushing this garbage anywhere they have a piece of the action. Actually.
That is the most ugly set of words and sentences I've ever heard.
There isn't a single piece of quote-unquote kids programming from Sesame Street to SpongeBob that isn't spewing this stuff to sexualize our kids too young. SpongeBob?
I don't ever remember anything like that being in SpongeBob unless you're implying that SpongeBob and Patrick are gay.
Which I have seen some people try to argue. That was mostly on Tumblr when they're trying to make everything gay.
Fuck that shit.
Fucking. I mean, no, he didn't really have sexual relations.
No, with anybody.
Lord knows, no. He was a guy that literally like flipping
chilling.
burgers.
Right. Like
with
his job.
Cat. He was if anything like an asexual. You had no interest.
Right. Like I don't care about any of this shit, man. I just want to
I
live
just
my
wanna
life.
Live my cat and fucking flip my burger.
And in peace.
And live in
and
a
be alright.
Much like me. They risked me. All right. The only solution is 1, turn it off, and 2, remove all taxpayer funding. Spike's intentional because it was all caps.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean this is the kind of shit. This is on Breitbart's little website. I don't give a fuck. Way past time to cut PBS off the taxpayer goal. Oh, here it is. There we go. The left has to pick on children.
There it is.
And quote unquote get their minds right because they can't win with their ideas when people can think for themselves. The left constantly brings society down, trying to mainstream their perversion.
It's both sides.
Holy
That's
shit.
a whole nother conversation that I'm not trying to have.
Literally, but shout outs to Nick5941. By your own logic, you've just admitted that you can't win with your ideas when people can think for themselves.
Like my thing is like they always use that excuse, like you're trying to push something when people can't think for themselves. I'm like, if you can think for yourself, why does it affect you in the first place? Like if you're just so above the notion of like trying to push an agenda or trying to change somebody's opinion, which they aren't gonna do. I mean, gay people exist. This isn't like a ploy to make people gay. People are either gay or they aren't. That's not how sexual attraction works. That's not how sexuality.
Uncomfortable thoughts that I'd like to put into your mind, whoever's listening. All 10,000.
Don't spike the volume, please.
No. This is actually serious. We don't punish thought crimes. We don't punish thought crimes, we punish actions. Therefore, when a person thinks of murder, we don't punish them. When a person thinks of robbing a bank, we don't murder them. These are crimes that are being done. What you are thinking of is trying to equate a man and a woman, or excuse me, a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, having relations sexually or romantically with themselves. It doesn't even have to be sexually. That's the crazy thing about it. You realize that 2 men or 2 women can be in a romantic relationship without having sex. But it's just the thought that they exercise this free will that you seem to be thinking is being compromised by a kids program simply showing 2 individuals exercising said free will to get married to one another, which, by the way, for most enlightened parts of the country is legal. And you want to try to portray it as a crime or immoral. You are the backward scum of the earth that when you die will only be a benefit. I can only say that with so much joy in my heart because it's not just I don't get to make a birthday wish yet and blow out the candles. But every year I wish that all you motherfuckers would get Thanos snaps right out of existence.
It's fucking dusted.
Just dust all you motherfuckers because you expose so much of your ignorance. Because what I love about these kind of cats is that they will start their sentences with "I'm being homophobic."
But stop your sentence right there, because like if you have to clarify the fact that you aren't being something right before being that thing, shut the fuck up. And I feel like this is gonna be like the motto for this fucking podcast, but pick a better hill to die on, rather than like worrying about what the fuck other people do.
I actually want to shout out this particular comment in James. The ignoramus here is Derek. Somehow this brainwashing and normalization of perversion toward children is going to be stopped, he says as he cocks his AK-47. I hope it's a very painful experience for the demonic scum that produces this garbage. The Juan Hayes, the modern person that actually knows how to use that fucking matter between his ears. Calm down. Gay people are your friends, family members, and co-workers. They live their lives just like you do, and sometimes they are even lucky enough to find a compatible person to marry. It's life. Deal with it. Shout out to you, DeJuan. Derek. And when they push their perverted alternative ways upon children, we're not even ready to contemplate such things, hetero or otherwise, he says as he's pushing his heteronormativity. They have crossed the line. They need to be, at the very least, punished for it and possibly eliminated. Now, here.
Remember that good old-fashioned separation of church and state?
Remember that whole turn the other cheek? Remember that whole forgiveness thing? I don't want to hear your Christian kind of hypocrisy here, sir. You're the sick fuck here. Two people got married, and you say that the people who created, or they created a cartoon that showed two people of the same sex getting married, and you think that the people who created it should be killed.
Should be killed.
You, sir, are the same kind of scum, believe it or not, that you, as I know you are, as you sit there grasping your MAGA hat in desperation, are the same kind of Nazi scum, bigoted scum, that, when put before a court of law, wind up being eliminated, if you look at the Nuremberg. So go fuck yourself. These kind of comments are, I on one hand, I want to go so far as to say that they're just trolling.
They aren't. They're dead serious, especially on that site.
Yeah, it's Breitbart. I get it. This is where the idiots go to vent. It's like a kid in a ball pit. Like, they can't help but be stupid. Or a kid in like a fucking, or a fat kid at a fucking, they can't help it.
It's just who they are.
Yeah, but at the same time, with our current level of, like, when people are doing abortion kits and straight, and straight out just banning people's, like, moves from being able to be, like, they own every part of their body except the womb. They own everything except most of their taxes. They do all this and all that. This is the kind of shit that winds up, like, you know, setting us back.
Years.
Quite a few years, really, if you think about all the progress we've made. I know these anti-feminist motherfuckers online, they fucking, like, you know, they fucking shit themselves when they hear shit like that.
Speaking of, like, setting movements back,
Right.
did you read anything about what's going on with James Charles?
Is that the makeup nigga?
Yeah.
The gay makeup guy?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So,
I actually just looked at a CNN article. As soon as I saw
That works.
internet YouTube beauty person, I said, I don't know.
So like that.
So I'll let you go ahead and just...
That's about right. But it kind of ties back in to both sections of that story, because he's in the past he's been known to make like racial remarks, like the whole Africa and Ebola thing.
What did he say? African Ebola.
Well, like the tweet was like, I can't believe we're shooting in Africa today. What if we get Ebola? Like that was the tweet that was back then. That was one of them. There are bunch more, but I'm not gonna like rattle off all the tweets.
No, you ain't got to. I just like I said, if their entire claim to fame is that they put on makeup on YouTube inside their house, I'm not. I actually have a full-time job, dude. I don't got time to watch.
But like that's.
But yeah, go ahead.
So that was the first one, but there's also like just the transphobic shit where dudes like. I think I'm straight because I've had sex with trans men. And I'm just like, the verbal Tetris that is involved in that statement is just like absolutely fucking wild. But like,
okay, so,
they're still cool with him up until this point, right? So the straw for most of his fan base wasn't the racism.
Right.
Wasn't the transphobic comments.
Word.
It was the fact that he was being predatory towards straight men. Now there was a situation where they were in a restaurant and there was an attractive male waiter.
Okay.
Like it's him and Toddy Westbrook went out to eat. And there was
that's the person he's beefing with.
Right, that's the chick that he's beefing with.
Okay.
So like there was an attractive waiter and he's just like he was just being like super grody, really he was like just telling her about how much like he'd suck his dick or whatever, and it's just like he's not gay. And his comment is like he might be, he just doesn't know it yet. Like on some fucking J.K. Rowling shit, like you can just make people gay all of a sudden. And that was the breaking point. That was when everybody started like mass unsubscribing. Everybody like when Toddy made her video exposing him, and then like everybody else, a couple of more people that went to high school with him said he's always been like this. He's always been like extremely predatory, extremely aggressive with his sexuality.
So
like we can forgive racism, we can forgive transphobia, but predatory on our cishet men? No, dude, no, that's the line. I don't fuck with you no more.
I worked 60 hours this week. I only had one day off. My knees is buckling underneath me. I'm pretty, but I'm big. But these niggas is getting mad at him saying some shit that dudes say to each other all the time. Like, what he just said, for the kind of folks that I used to hang out with, and y'all can judge me or whatever, go fuck yourself, but for the kind of folks that I used to drink beer with and get drunk with and love and like kind of friends, if you were gay and you said shit like that, we go, hey, let's have another beer. He wants to fuck. You telling me that everybody's sitting here being mad and shit, getting upset, unsubscribing over the fact that he saw a pretty dude that he wants to stick his dick into and or wants to let him stick his dick into him?
Not that. No, not that. The sexual aggression towards said dude.
He wants to get his dick sucked.
I want to get my dick sucked.
He's a guy.
But I don't run up on like random lesbians and be like, hey, I would definitely like ram my dick down your throat.
No one does, but he was talking to somebody that he was a confidant with.
No,
right?
he was talking to the waiter.
He was talking to the waiter, telling him, right?
The straight waiter.
He was telling the straight waiter that he wanted to fucking like.
Yes.
Oh well, the waiter just needs to repair.
Like.
No, because like I mean, I can actually speak of this personally. I've had like a gay dude hit on me before. Like, and he didn't straight out tell me that, but he did grind in like his chair like he was riding dick. And like he's been hitting on me. He was hitting on me for like a week or so. And he started grinding in the fucking chair like he wanted to ride. And I'm like, first off, this was before I actually accepted that I was gay. So I was still straight at this point contextually. So as far as the storyline is concerned, I hadn't reached that level of super saiyan.
Hey.
But even still, I was like, alright dude, you know, just chill.
That's cool, just calm
you know,
down
just,
though. Cause
just chill. And you know what he did?
He
chilled the fuck out.
He didn't.
Okay, well I mean, like
Mr. Charles did not.
Well, I mean, okay, so he went up to the waiter. What did the waiter say?
I was like, I'm not gay. Like, that's
and he
pretty much
moved
all
on?
I can say. And the waiter moved on, yeah, because he thought that was the end of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, He said the shit to the waiter. The waiter said, I ain't gay. He moved on, got his bill, maybe got a tip. It's Applebee's, who knows?
Oh my god.
But fucking, like, after that point, the person that he's beefing with starts beefing with him. And one of the things that she brings up is the fact that he was like, hey man, do you know that he actually hit on straight guys?
Well, it was that instance. I don't think it was like, hey, he hits on straight guys.
Okay, so it's just one thing.
It was that one time that she was. It's not hitting on straight dudes, dude. It's like the aggression that's behind it.
Like,
because a gay dude calling you cute is completely different from like a gay dude calling you cute. You tell him you're not interested. He comes back 10 minutes later talking about how much he wants to fuck you. You say I'm still not interested. He comes back 5 minutes later talking about all the shit that he wants to do to you. That's completely fucking different. It's not a night. It's not a night.
Yes, that's what he did.
He's 20. People that went to high school with him said he's been doing that shit since they've known him.
And he never got exposed until now.
That's predatory behavior.
Well, guess what? He ain't the occasion, did he?
That's also like cancel culture, but we talked about that.
Did he actually rape anybody yet? We locked up Bill Cosby because he allegedly raped motherfuckers in the past. R. Kelly's out here fighting for my motherfucking life. Out here right now.
And he got locked up.
Shit.
And bailed out.
And he got locked up.
And bailed out.
Okay, and he got pissed but there's at least video of him pissing on a 14-year-old.
We have proof of that.
Okay? This guy hit on a waiter. Okay? Rude and aggressively. Yes.
Yeah.
Does he get to be rude? Yes. He gets to be rude and gets to be aggressive. If he loses subscribers for it, fine. He learns his lesson. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully he learns his lesson.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he ain't fucked nobody yet.
No.
He ain't raped nobody yet. He ain't drugged nobody yet.
He's not going to jail because of it.
I mean, so it's not. I don't get it. It's because I fucking dealt with people, and I've said idiotic things myself.
We all have.
People.
All have.
Exactly, and we may have been too aggressive. You know, maybe it's done one thing or two later on. But for one thing, at least the waiter was of age, unlike a YouTuber who was taking and asking for fucking things from underage girls. So at least it was between two adults.
Yeah.
He was a rude asshole.
Yeah.
He sounds like he was just a guy that was either A, too drunk or too stupid to understand that he was being rude.
Probably too stupid.
Yeah, that's
he's not old enough to drink, so he's probably too stupid.
Okay, well, yeah, it sounds like he's too stupid, and he's a rich kid that may very well one day fuck up and do something really dumb.
It's funny because he said, like, the ending quote in Toddy's video was like, she told him, is like, dude, he's not gay, he's told you numerous times, and James's response was, he's not gay yet, I'm a celebrity, I can do what I want.
With such fucking celebrity heroes as Justin Bieber and what's that fat bitch's name we talked about the other time? That saved the bushel of pork chop. I can't get that.
Kate Smith.
Yeah, I can't get that line
That's
out of
your
my
one,
head.
huh? That's your tagline.
She's a celebrity. If you can sing about Uncle Joe coming down the chimney, she didn't even talk about what presents he was gonna bring. She was talking about bushels of pork chops and Uncle Joe being said. Celebrity culture in this country, this is the thing. Like, when you brought this up, you like mentioned that you wanted to talk about it, and I'm like, alright, well let me look over whoever this motherfucker is.
Okay.
As soon as I read YouTube makeup guy, I was like,
that told you everything you needed
that's
to know.
Everything I need to know. This guy is not exactly, on the front end of fucking thinking or fucking science. Or politics, or any sort of thing that will actually involve my life or a loved one's life.
That's fair.
He's a makeup guy online.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is not necessarily knocking it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, the entertainment media has expanded.
Yeah.
What used to be just television or the movies.
Or radio. It's now social media. Advertisements.
I read an article she's talking about, she gets fucking $1 million from just an advertiser wearing somebody else's clothing.
Shit's
on
wild.
Instagram.
Shit's wild. Like, influencer culture is fucking
I've been
crazy.
showing my tits on Instagram for years. I haven't even gotten
I don't get no clout. I don't get no clout for that.
Get shit.
I'm gonna start doing like black and white singing videos, maybe then I'll be cool.
I mean, like, I hope this podcast thing works out.
If it doesn't, we're just gonna kill ourselves.
If we don't get 1,000 in like 2 weeks, we're gonna do a fucking school shooting.
It's just
fuck.
nah, none of that.
Never mind.
Nah.
Note to the editor.
Which is me. I'm leaving it in. I'm leaving it in.
My name is Jason Smith.
That's a lie. You're a
no
liar,
idea.
dude.
My Twitter handle is Sana Hura Q. You ain't heard shit. I love Trump.
Chill.
I have been MAGA since day one.
All of these lies.
No, nigga, don't you understand?
You say nigga the right way and contextually. There's no way you support Trump. You're a liar, dude. Get exposed, cunt. Get fucking exposed, bitch ass.
Oh God! I mean, I've always been down for the white cause. The white cause.
The white cause.
I don't even like Miracle Whip. I like that Heineman's.
Oh my God, ew. Both of those. Mayonnaise is fucking gross.
Mayonnaise, Miracle Whip is the mayonnaise. It's dressing.
It's mayonnaise. It's got all the same ingredients as mayonnaise.
But it says
I don't give a fuck what it says. It's mayonnaise, nigga. I don't care what that shit says on the bottle. I don't give two fucks.
You know what's funny is I've been arguing that shit since I've been like 12.
Yeah.
Because like I love Miracle Whip actually as like a fucking, cause I mean it does taste like mayonnaise as far as I'm concerned. Of course I've never had Heineman's, so I can't really say too much. But I've had packages of shit that said it looked like Heineman's, and I took a little lick of that shit. By the way, have you ever had haggis?
No. I know what it is, but no, I've never had it.
I went to a Scotland festival.
Scottish?
Yes.
Is that what you meant to say?
Oh, Scotland. It was a Scotland festival.
They call it the Scotland Festival?
It's a festival of Scotland. You could call it Scottish. You fuck. I've had so much to drink.
It's I'm sorry. The Scotland Festival. Like I've never been to a Spain festival.
The Scottish one is the ghetto one.
Or a Puerto Rico festival.
If you get a brochure from a Scottish festival,
John,
you're getting hoodwinked.
John, let's go to Germany Fest in October, dog.
Nigga, I'll go. They got beer.
Let's go to Deutschland Fest, bruh. I have no association with this man.
Yeah. I broke into the house and I was like,
I was born in this country.
God damn it, I want that dog.
I mean, fuck some
like
of the rules
podcast, and I was like,
and the policies, but I was born here.
This shit. I shouldn't come over here stoned, dude. I thought I was raw the first 3 weeks. I'm actually getting work.
This is real. Like, this is just like...
This is Friday, motherfucking John.
This is just fuck it, John,
This is
bro.
Friday, John, son. You don't understand. I work motherfucking full-time job processing claims for you. Hold on, I don't want to say that.
For y'all, for people.
Yeah, I process claims, like auto insurance claims.
And stuff, and junk.
And like fucking like claims at a fucking, whenever your kid like jumps into the ball pit and he doesn't read that there's an actual snake in there.
That's you.
And he gets fucking bit.
That's you.
You send that shit in, I'm the one that denies your claim, bitch.
Yeah. Be a better parent.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about cool shit now.
Please save me.
Fucking Chadwick Boseman is supposed to be yet another historical black figure.
Yet another first black.
Yasuke, the first black samurai.
Yoink.
And I'm hoping that's a thing. I'm hoping it's real. I hope it's handled by the right studio, because that's like...
I'm looking it up right now, the history of it.
One of the best unsung heroes ever. He was a slave, and like the Japanese at the time, like they came across like a Dutch caravan and basically killed everybody except him. And it's like, hey, you know what? You don't look like them, so we're gonna take you in. And like he basically learns the way of the sword, works for Nobunaga for a while. I forget, like there's like 2 different endings depending on the account. One of the endings is that after like I think it's the seclusion period. Like after the seclusion period, he ended up back in slavery. like just somewhere. Like he ended up back as a slave. The other one is like they lost track of him and he was basically just a Ronin out here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you have this extremely strong African that knows the way of the sword out here just a mercenary.
Yo, like,
And
I'm on Wiki, so, you know, check my sources, but, like, when he first got presented to Lord Nobunaga.
Yeah, he tried to wash him because he thought his skin was dirty. He thought his skin was dirty as fuck because he never seen somebody that dark.
When he saw they was, like, actually that black.
I was like, oh shit, wow, fuck.
Word.
Cool.
Y'all got big titty bitches where you from?
So, like, you gonna train with us, right?
Word. You know, y'all want to make a rap album?
My man's is too strong.
Word. Let's see. After the Battle of Tenmokuzo, Nobunaga led his force, including Yasuke. Shout out to you, Hakusho. I don't know why.
That's Yasuke.
Oh, who gives a shit?
That's not even semantics. That's just straight wrong, nigga.
And inspected the former territory of the Takeda clan. On his way back, he met Tokugawa Ieyasu, Matsudaira Ietada. The retainer of Ieyasu described Yasuke as a 6'2". Woo.
That's my height.
He was
a little
black,
bit shorter than I am.
and his skin was like charcoal.
Yeah.
Fight the power, nigga.
Hard ER, bro. Vibranium R.
Word. This Nobunaga was attacked and forced to commit seppuku. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he committed seppuku.
Oda Nobunaga.
Rest in peace. Immediately after Nobunaga's death, Yasuke went to join Nobunaga's heir. Yasuke fought alongside the Nobutada forces, but was eventually captured. When Yasuke was presented to Akechi, the warlord allegedly said that the black man was an animal as well as not Japanese and should thus not be killed. Word! That's some hard-ass racism when you got the noose around his neck, but you say, you know what?
You're not even worth killing.
We
because
don't
you're
hang
not,
weasels.
Right, we don't hang people that aren't in our culture. Get
You
the fuck out of
are
here.
literally like fucking roadkill.
Get the fuck out.
We'll just wait till you try and cross the road, and we'll just run you over then. God damn. When Yasuke was presented to Akechi, not killed, but taken to the Christian church in Kyoto. However, there is some doubt regarding the credibility of this fate, and there is no further written information about him after this. Wow. So that's what I like to call liberties, nigga. If he ain't chopping off motherfuckers' heads, a la some goddamn Samurai Champloo shit, I want to read.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real. Like they said, like some of the documents, like some of the quotes are like, this man is strong as 6 men, and I'm like, that's like,
yeah, sounds like LeBron James.
Bro, I need that. I'm glad it's a movie. I figured it would be like an actual anime, special. Not like Afro Samurai, because that's kind of what that shit is.
Yeah.
Kind of, but
it's more like a revenge western. I think Afro Samurai kind of like a western.
It's kind of like a spaghetti western.
Yeah. Or like Django Unchained almost.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking like the other day, I'm like, man, if Quentin Tarantino could get this script,
he's gonna be in it for some reason, and he's gonna just drop one nigger like he does.
And
I don't know
get
why.
His head because I mean he doesn't get all the opportunities. I understand it.
That's what the fuck he does in his movies.
I understand it. Shit.
I guess, man.
You gotta make the context. Goddamn it. Sometimes you gotta make the context.
You right.
Like fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, he was so damn fluent in the nigga. I was like, God damn, this ain't the first time you said it, is it, motherfucker? I was happy about it. I was like, yes, Lord, that's a thespian nigga right there. But no, if like a Quentin Tarantino, because you know how good he could do with like a Kill Bill, which was almost like a samurai tale for like a western.
Right.
If you get like the context that he had with like fucking with Yasuke or whatever the fuck his name was, I forget. Chadwick Boseman and another black girl. Man, he would kill the fuck out of that. But I don't know who's directing it, but you know, hopefully they make it work. Because, you know, I don't know what Black Panther 2 is going to look like, but he's pretty much now typecast officially as the first black guy in anything. He was Jackie Robinson, the first black Major League Baseball player. He was Thurgood Marshall, the first black Supreme Court judge.
Yep.
He was James Brown, the first black Godfather of the Soul.
He was
Black Panther, the first really popular black superhero.
The first real
Black
nigga.
Vulcan.
The first real nigga in Earth 616.
Speaking of which, shout out to Static Shock.
On CUD now.
Yeah, man. Like, shout out to Static Shock, man. When's the Static Shock movie? DC, you want to really get motherfuckers
I
in
don't
theater?
want it. I don't want it right now.
Who do you think could play him?
Phil Lamar. Same nigga voice. I don't care how old he is. Phil Lamar.
God bless that man.
Who? God damn it. I always forget his name. Not Keith Arrington, but Daniel Kaluuya. That one. Yeah, like, cause Keith Arrington would be, but like he's not super old, but he's definitely not teenage looking. Daniel Kaluuya looks like he could be like 15 on a good day.
We should find, like, cause you know, like the big one that a lot of people just run to is Childish Gambino.
Right.
Danny Glover.
And I mean that.
Like, which by the way, I wanted to see him as the new Spider-Man when they were actually making the petition.
Hell yeah.
I was like, put him in as Miles Morales. Bet. I bet you I'll see that movie 6 times like I did with fucking Into the Spider-Verse. Goddamn best Spider-Man movie. One of the best. I think my favorite. That was 2018, right? Was
Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, that was
2018. No, it was 2018.
Okay.
That was like December. That was like the ass end.
I was still working at the movie theater at the time. Yeah. I was like that movie. Like I thought Infinity War was like the best one until I saw that shit. It pushed the genre artistically, and for as many people that were bitching about the fact that, you know, there was a black Spider-Man that didn't take into context the fact that they had made a new story with a whole new character and a whole new origin. Like they did that character in every single version of Spider-Man, from Peter Parker to Peter B. Parker to Spider-Gwen to North Spider-Man,
Spider-Ham.
Like they did so much justice to all the Spider-Men.
Spider-Mans.
And women, excuse me.
Spider-Man.
No, I identifies that word.
I wasn't even gonna say that. I was just saying Spider-Mans.
No, you gotta be careful out here, man. I want this shit to get pushed on fucking
Spider people.
I want this shit to get pushed on, what is it, Tumblr or Jezebel?
I was about to say it's Jezebel. Now Tumblr's basically dead. Until Pornhub buys it.
They banned the porn, right?
Now Pornhub wants to buy Tumblr from Verizon.
Yoink.
Wild.
Let's go. This is a crazy time we live in, boy. Like, this shit is nuts. But yeah, Chadwick Boseman, we need to see him as the first Black Samurai. We need to see a Static Shock movie. Get on it! And that will be, I guess, how we wrap up that particular subject. What the fuck else were we gonna talk about today?
I think that was it, man.
Chadwick Boseman, Arthur Gate marriage, student of one. Oh shit. Yeah. Was that it?
I think that's it. Dude.
Yeah, I think that's all we got.
Cool.
I guess we touched on the abortion matters, which I thought was important enough. You know.
Yeah,
it's important.
We kind of worked it into the first one.
Because Missouri, actually, before I came over, I was looking on CNN.com.
Yeah, Missouri's ready to start their shit.
Man, like, it's like a competition.
I really don't think, and I kind of want to like say this is like the last piece. I really don't think that people understand that the UN has a website that lists everything that's basically a violation of human rights, constitutional or otherwise.
Right.
Forced pregnancy is one of those. And
would fall
all of these laws would basically fall under forced pregnancy because you're not helping them with prevention.
Right.
You're not helping them. You're not giving them any type of assistance for contraceptives.
Yes.
And you're also saying that after a certain point, you cannot abort this child without violation from the law.
And that's what these anti-Planned Parenthood folks need to understand.
And we lost. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you say yours, but we lost to fucking Kansas. Kansas says abortion is a constitutional human right. That's a law in that state now.
See, and that's the thing. Like with this, the whole idea. I was trying to look into this a little more. I think there's like a roundabout way this law is so crazy because Pat fucking Robertson is out there saying that Alabama went too far. The head of the 700 Club that was talking about Muslims cheering on 9/11.
That is super.
And that 9/11 was
pro-life.
God's, or Katrina was God's punishment for gay marriage. That guy said that
The abortion law in Alabama
was too far. What
Wild.
the fuck?
Fucking crazy.
Like, the thing is that they're trying to get this shit up to the Supreme Court because the idea, I believe, is that they want to challenge the idea of life. That when life begins, it should be protected. When that's a red herring, I'm telling you now, it's a red herring.
Life hasn't begun.
Life, even if it did begin, you do not have the right, as having a life, to use that as an excuse to take advantage of another person's life.
Right.
When they come out 9 months later, and all those fucking people who were trying to defend them when they were a fucking fetus
Ain't gonna do shit for them.
walk away saying you're on your own.
Yeah, bye. Good luck. GG.
When they fucking do that and they walk away, like, that child does not have the right to take their mother's blood,
Right.
organs, or life in any format. So why the fuck are you giving it to it when it is a fetus?
It's a fetus. And like my whole thing with that has always been like the heartbeat doesn't start at 6 weeks. Those are cardiac vibrations.
Jesus Christ.
You have to have a brain. You have to have brain activity, which doesn't develop in fucking embryos because it's not big enough.
Right.
You have to actually be like in the fetal stage, which is like the second trimester, I think.
Yeah.
To have brain activity, because brain activity doesn't start for until the 27-week mark. So how the fuck can you say that it's alive when it's not even, like, your brain isn't developed enough to feel negative stimuli at that point?
As these guys sit down eating steaks and shit.
They aren't even aware. First of all, they aren't aware that they exist. Second of all, they aren't aware that, like, they're being aborted. It's a clump of cells.
It is literally a clump. And I know that may upset some of you motherfuckers, but I'm going to say it again.
Don't care.
It's a clump of fucking cells.
It's cells.
And
okay?
a woman who actually exists, you are putting them below that clump of cells.
Yeah, Alabama just said, fuck it.
They just said, they literally said.
It doesn't matter. If you're
because
pregnant.
it's a gift from God.
If you're pregnant, by any means, you have to keep it if you live in this
They
state.
don't even care if you've been raped.
Yeah, thanks Alabama. This is why you're 50th in education.
If you fucking voted for this kind of Congress, you should be. I hope some big dick nigger that comes run through here knocks up your kid.
And we'll see how you act from that point.
That's my quote.
Like,
you don't gotta take that shit. I'll say it.
We'll see how you act on that point.
I hope. Shout outs to fucking goddamn. I had like a black porn star in my mind, but goddamn it, Mandingo.
Nat
Fuck
Turner?
it. Anybody. I don't give a fuck. Fuck these white gals and get them knocked up.
Yeah, like I just want to see, because like it's always like when the Somali police officer killed that white woman for being aggressive, Blue Lives Matter was completely non-existent. So now I want to see how it is like when one of you motherfuckers with these daughters that you don't allow to date black men gets pregnant by a black man or another race. Doesn't have to be us.
Yeah.
Like by another race. I want to see what you do then.
But then again, maybe they'll just straight up disown him. They might just
Even
straight up
then.
disown him because they'll be like, fucking, the Lord said I can disown him, because I'm sure there's a scripture somewhere.
Gotta be.
That will back him up.
Gotta be.
It's like,
If not, they'll make one.
if not,
They'll mistranslate
absolutely.
one.
They'll be like, when he said to stone your children when they don't follow your parents' orders, it meant get the fuck out of my house.
Oh, really? He wasn't talking about dank bud?
Funny story.
He wasn't talking about the weed, dog?
No,
I thought he was talking about
no, this is a
stone-
Christian home. We don't. The
I was
only
talking about
weeds
stoning
I know
children,
is
like-
killed by Roundup, son.
Like,
This is dandelions, like the green onions growing out back, and the radishes, and our collard greens. We don't cook it like how the Negroes use it. We can't cook it like that. That's how the dirty folks do it. Let me show you how real collards taste.
collard greens. But that's
With the D.
that's pretty much gonna be it though.
Yeah, are we good? Do you
Yeah.
think this is enough to really?
I mean,
piss them off?
it's 50 minutes. Yeah, if they aren't pissed by the first subject, they're definitely gonna be pissed by the second one.
All right. Well, we'll let them settle on this.
There's no podcast next week because I will be out of town at MomoCon. turning up for the Animu one time.
Anime titties, let's go, baby.
And fucking video games and all that other nerd shit.
Some of that Doja shit,
Fucking lit. Get cash
Some
at
of
me,
that
bro.
John
I got
K.
you.
Peter.
Like cash at me, dog.
That Yoshua Weapon.
I got you. I got you, bro.
Yo, fam, I know. I got you cash, nigga. I don't know. I don't use the app. I don't use the internet.
I got you. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I don't use the internet, man.
On the internet, but doesn't use the internet.
Yeah, I don't. What the fuck are we doing?
Killing ourselves.